Okay, so this is my first showing of riding with EJ. Now, mind you, I'm in the middle of my route. Oh, just for clarification, this is my paper route to specify. I'm actually in the middle of one of my two routes, and I'm trying to adjust that there. Ooh, got a pepper right here. Wow, that is actually really good. Sorry. I thought maybe it might be a fantastic idea to record me driving. Don't really know why, but you know, figured why the fuck not. Honestly, it's mostly for my mother, because my mother, well, loves to drive, but unfortunately due to being handy-capable, I love you, Mom, she can't really drive quite the way I do. Now, you're going to see exactly what I mean by drive the way I do here in a bit, but right now where I'm at is, I would say it would be a suburb, but it's not really even that. It's just a little section of rich people houses. That one's actually being worked on right now. You really can't see it all that well. All you can really see is my headlights. But, you know, it might be interesting to check out. But, yeah, I am delivering papers for, well, our local paper company. I'm not really going to say the name by name, but if any of you know where I live, well, I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. But, you know, copyright, blah, 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 this bullshit, that shit, you know, whatever. Not going to speak it out loud. I am listening to my own music, which hopefully won't run into any copyright issues, because, you know, that'd be a problem. But, you know, figured I'd keep it on the down low, so if you happen to hear it, you know, yeah, you know. It's my first damn video. Don't criticize. But, yeah, so, you know, driving along. Just, delivering some papers. It's the Wednesday paper, so there's freaking coupons and crap, you know, mixed into it and everything. But, yeah. See, this is where I start to drive a little bit more, what's the word, aggressively? I guess that would be, more tactfully. Ah, there we go. More skillfully, with precision. And losing my papers all over the damn place. Oh, wow, that is kind of shaky, isn't it? Sorry, I'm also looking at my, camera, if that's what you want to call it, at the same time, seeing how it looks. And yeah, it's kind of bumpy, but actually it gives you kind of a real world experience, because this ride is kind of bumpy because this road sucks. And well, it's Missoula Road, so you know, they all suck. Except for a few places where there are rich people, and said rich people, you know, get their fucking roads paved, so it's like really nice to drive on. But you know, I guess this would qualify as a vlog, I suppose. You know, driving with EJ. I don't know, give you experience of driving, I guess. Oh, fuck, I know. Anyways, so for those of you who don't know, I am one to watch anime. Okay, if you don't know what anime is, well, you've been living under a rock. Because even if you don't like anime, most people know at least what the hell anime is. But anyways, I've been watching this weird one. It's called Mawaru Penguin Drum, something like that. It's really freaking weird, but it's got like 10,000 bazillion plot twists in it that are just convoluted, and just my mind just can't handle it. And I'll get into that in just a second. I happen to have a customer up here that prefers me to put the paper up on her porch because she had hip surgery. So if you give me just one moment, I will be right back. blah, blah, blah. Anyways. Seatbelt, safety first. And also, you know, keep yourself from getting in trouble by the cops. Which there's like no cops up here, so you know, yeah, whatever. Kind of habit, if anything. Anyways. So yeah, so this anime. I mean, if you're not big into anime, I'm not expecting you to be. I'm not telling you to watch it or whatever. Just want to just say it because it's blowing my fucking mind. It's like, what the fuck? So, like, so the three main characters are these two brothers and sister. And the sister has some kind of illness. I think it's like, my guess would be some kind of cancer or something in her brain. Which, again, might be cancer in the brain. I'm not a fucking doctor. I don't know. But anyways, she's pretty much been in the hospital most of the time. They're pretty sure she's going to die someday. Blah, 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 blah. Well, then one day, they go to the zoo. They see some penguins. You know, have a good time, blah, blah, blah. Get her a few gifts, and she collapses. Sorry. And... you know, well, she dies, actually, which is pretty sad. Then out of nowhere, one of the things that they bought at the zoo, which was this hat that was like a penguin hat, appears on her head. Her eyes change color, and next thing you know, it's this whole freaking anime scene, and she's being controlled by some alien, something or whatever. It's really hard to explain. And she says, okay, in exchange for giving your sister her life back, you must find me the penguin drum, whatever the fuck that is. And they get told that it's this teenage girl has it, and then, you know, and there's that. And then later down the road, apparently it's discovered that her diary is said penguin drum, or at least has a secret inside of it. Something like that. Again, it's convoluted. Well, anyways, so they try to get it and everything, and you start to learn some backstory about this girl, because when they first start following her, which, by the way, miraculously, they get 3 of these little adorable little penguins that only they can see, the brothers and the sister. Again, don't fucking know. And apparently this entire time, the sister knows nothing about what's going on as far as her being controlled by some alien thing or whatever, but, you know, whatever. Anyways. So in following her, they discover that she's stalking this guy who also happens to be one of their homeroom teacher, but this, older guy. If I had to guess, probably like 7 years-ish older than her. Well, as the story progresses, you come to find out that she has a big crush on him, and she's following him because she's trying to have plans on, you know, going out with the guy, marrying the guy, blah, 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 blah. Well, a variety of different things happen. First of all, one of her many plans, so like the first indication of her stalking him, she apparently put a bunch of microphones in his house and would crawl underneath the apartment, or not house, apartment, and listen in on him. Just like, you know, like it's no fucking big deal. And so anyways, she goes to bring him a gift. Come to find out, he's got a girlfriend. Of course, she's, you know, not too happy about that. Then as the story progresses, she's apparently, this diary is her fate. She continues to say, this is fate, this is what destiny is. I have to follow this by the letter. And come to find out later on, the diary used to be her sister's diary. And her sister died when she was young, and apparently her sister and this teacher had a thing together. So she feels it's necessary, well, for lack of a better description, to be her sister. Fucking weird, right? You know, obviously this chick's got some mental problems. Well, to say the least, she ends up being friends with the sister, you know, the sister that had cancer, which is now cured thanks to the alien thing. And then with the brothers, and the brothers have to help her because in exchange for letting them borrow the diary, she has to help her finish her plans for getting him, and blah blah blah, all this shit. It's pretty fucking crazy. She goes to the extent, get this, after the girlfriend, this the teacher's girlfriend, after they announce that they're getting married and everything, she goes out of her way to drug some food, to knock him out, drag him into his own bedroom, dress up as his wife, and fuck him, which gets stopped by one of the brothers because the brother happened to be there trying to make sure she didn't do anything stupid, which actually he was told to actually let her do something stupid, but morals and, you know, whatnot, shit I would do, whatever. But anyways, you know, it's just to fuck him. So anyways, in the end, shit hits the fan, and at one point when he's trying to stop her from doing that, goddamn washboards, fuckers, and then the pavement, or not pavement, dirt, oh, that beeping, don't mind that. I've been having some issues where my brake light likes to start blinking at me every time I take a right-hand turn. I don't know, don't ask. Anyways, so she's outside, the book got dropped. Apparently the new guy's place is in the skyscraper because his girlfriend, or fiance, is an actress, and so she's loaded, blah, blah, blah. And she goes to pick up the diary, and someone drives by in a motorcycle, tries to grab the diary from her, and ends up ripping the diary perfectly in half. And half is in along the seam of the folds half. So, you know, that happened. Well then, in the mix of all this, some other girl shows up saying, you know, ends up kidnapping one of the brothers, saying, you know, you better give me that half of the diary or I'm going to kill him. And you know, reluctantly, she ends up agreeing and gives him the half. Again, this is really convoluted, but I'm actually trying to get somewhere. If you're still sticking with me in this video, I know I'm just going on and on and on, but it's just like, what the fuck in this whole thing? Mind you, like, okay, one of the what the fuck moments, in one of the previous episodes when she's trying to get the teacher, she goes into this fucking imagination land where she first starts out just staring off into whatever the fuck's going on, whether it be good, bad, or whatever. And then, like, this pretty little frilly frame comes on the screen. A bunch of red curtains come up and open up to a Shakespearean princess thing, where the teacher is dressed up in that Shakespearean prince with some makeup and whatnot, and everyone is like the cardboard style where it's just papers of them. They're not actually being animated, it's just the pictures of them moving around and changing to different pictures, that kind of weird, like, what the fuck? And it's just like, she was like 5 times. That's where the beginning of all this bullshit started. But anyways, after giving the paper, saving his life, blah, 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 she ends up starting to get over the book and starts realizing that she needs to stop chasing after the teacher because she's trying to be her deceased sister. Okay? Well, later you find out that her deceased sister actually died when the same day that she herself was born. Okay? 16 years ago when she was born. So she's thinking, you know, that's one of many reasons why she's the reincarnation of her sister. And mind you, the teacher actually did have a thing with her sister, but they were both in grade school when they had their thing. And how he died, this is another thing that's convoluted. You come to find out that the brothers and the sister, their parents were actually convicted of a crime where they killed a bunch of people on a subway. And one of those people just so happened to be the sister that the one chick is trying to be. Anyways, I'm still not done. And the thing is, I'm only halfway through the fucking anime. That's the part that gets me. It's just like, oh my fucking god. Stop beeping already, Sophia. Damn. Anyways, by the way, I'm not really going as fast as I normally would be. I normally flying down this quite a bit faster. I don't necessarily want to say what speed that is because, well, I'd be getting myself in trouble in the process. But anyways, back to what I was saying. It's already been 15 fucking minutes. So, anyways, so then once he realizes that his parents were the cause of the girl's sister's death, okay, the teenage girl's sister's death, he feels guilty and basically shuns her away. Now she's willing to forgive him because technically it's not his fault, it's his parents' fault, but he still feels guilty and responsible for her death and the cause of all this bullshit going on where she's fucking crazy thinking she's got to be her sister, okay? Well, when he does that, she goes into a panic and she's like, you know, I don't know what the fuck's going on, I tried to do this, tried to do that, blah, blah, blah. And so then all of a sudden, the fiance of the teacher shows up, which, by the way, that was another detail. She actually drugged the teacher. She like legitimately got a potion that legitimately made him fall in love and about to fuck her in his own bedroom while his fiance was out at work. Like that level of drug. They were in bed together, they were ready to go, he was about to kiss her, and she finally realized, oh shit, I shouldn't have done this. It took long enough, right? Fucking teenagers, I swear. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So the fiance shows up out of nowhere and says, you know, get in the car. And previously, earlier in the episode, she explains that, you know, well, kind of like a self-commentary thing, you know, how she used to have a love before and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, picks her up and says, you know, are you still in love with my fiance? He's like, well, yeah, I still love him, but, you know, that's kind of a lost cause or whatever. And it's like, well, don't you love this other boy, which is one of the brothers? Like, well, I don't think so. I was like, oh, come on, I know what it is, blah, blah, blah. They have a little girl chat. And she decides, you know what? I'm loaded. Let's go to a hot spring resort and just relax. So they do. They just have some girl time. They go relax. And as they're talking, you come to find out that the fiance actually was dear friends with her sister. Actually knew her sister, okay? To top it off, and mind you, this was the last episode I watched, okay? These details I'm saying from this point on, from the point of picking her up and going to the spa. Shush! Not only did she know her sister, but also fell in love with her. Yes, lesbian fell in love with her. Not saying there's anything wrong with lesbian, I'm just clarifying. Lesbian fell in love with her, okay? To the extent where she actually believed that the girl should be like her sister, should actually become her sister. To the point where she, get this, drugged her, took her to the bed, and proceeded to attempt to, which the episode cuts out so you don't know for certain, to fuck her. Because she wants her to be like the sister that was killed 16 years ago. It's just like, what the fuck? See what I mean? Really convoluted. But I mean, besides the story being all what the fuck, there's a lot of different kinds of just this things that make you think, kitty cat? No, kitty cat. You know, things that make you think, things that they talk about fate, you know, fate is cruel. You know, if there is such thing as fate, then everything is predetermined, da da da. But the girl is like believing in fate, you know. All sorts of stuff, and the artwork is gorgeous. Like a lot of animes I've seen, you know, they have beautiful artwork, but with this one, like in their house, for example, every single thing has a place. There's a story behind it. It looks like a house that they grew up in. There's cherished memories. There's different things. Their fucking chandeliers pink. I mean, come on. Okay, I mean, it's one of those things, and it's a very interesting anime. If any of you are interested. And I say any of you, chances are this is only going to give you by my mother, but you know, whatever. I at least recommend checking it out, at least the first episode. I mean, personally, I've always been one to say, you know, if I'm going to try an anime, I at least try the first episode. Kitty cat, go home! You know, orange blur that was on the left side of the road and was on the right side when I came back. Kitty cat! Let's go home. Anyways. But yeah, it's so convoluted. And the best part is I'm only halfway through the anime. It's like, what the fuck? Oh. And to top it all off, the fiance was the one on the motorcycle who stole half the diary and claimed that this is the destiny of which should be followed, and was following it for her to become the tester. It's like, oh my fucking God. Oh man. And of course, you know, it's pretty sexy. I mean, of course, it was one of those animes where you don't see tits, vagina, or anything like that. They actually keep it pretty well censored, okay? So it's not like, you know, because we all know, or at least most of us know, that there are quite a few animes out there where there's boobs galore and whatnot. It's not one of those. It's definitely not. The biggest boobs in the anime are probably the actress with like D's or whatever, okay? They're nothing big, okay? Nothing excessive, no nip, none of that. Hell, they're sitting in the fucking hot spring with towels, and the towels are still completely white, okay? You know? Anyways. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you while riding with me for this drive. Which, I mean, this video is already at freaking 21 minutes. Hey, vey. I'm actually almost done with this route. But yeah, you know, figure I make a video. You know, driving with EJ, yay, you know, where he just talks about shit and you watch him drive like a maniac. Which you can't really see it because my camera's not the best and I think the exposure is off. Which I really wish I could figure that out. But, oh crap, my other papers just fell up against my seat. I almost missed this one. And it's too far away from my car. Did everything fall? Yeah, everything fell. Ugh. You know, having a manual makes this job quite a bit more difficult than it needs to be. Well, for those of you who don't know, I drive an Audi A4, 3 liter Quattro. And there's a car coming up behind me, so I better put on my blinkers. Come on, pass me, pass me, pass me. Thank you. Anyways, so I honestly didn't drive nearly as fast as I thought, mostly or as I normally would, mostly because I was kind of looking at my screen while, like, talking to the fucking screen, you know, because I'm just an retard like that. Nerd. Oh, joke for the day. Dear, get out of the fucking road. What do computers and zombies have in common? Drum roll, please. Megabytes. Isn't it one of those that you just want to just face palm and you're like, what the fuck did I just hear? But it's kind of funny because of how lame it is, but at the same time, you're just like, what the fuck? Yes. That was my joke. Enough. Stop beeping at me. For those who might know me, I will be visiting my mechanic. Don't worry. I'm actually going to be doing that today. Well, technically today. FYI, it is 4:49 in the morning, which is more like my night, but you know, whatever. And I'm actually, normally I've hit this point at about like 3:30, so I'm actually running kind of late, but part of that was that I had to wait for my paycheck to come in to get some gas in my car, because you know, gas is kind of important to deliver papers in your car, you know, kind of important. Oh, and that bridge I just drove over, yes, it was a 1 lane, and if you're interested to know, it's only about like 4 feet off the water. Really cool. Well, okay, the bottom of the bridge, not where I drive, the bottom of the bridge is about like, well, okay, maybe 5 feet off the water, okay? Not that far off the water, which is really fucking cool. It goes right over the river. Clark Fork, I think it is. Okay, I don't even know why that beeps. I mentioned to my mechanic and he thought it was my e-brake sensor, but it's not my e-brake sensor because if I keep my e-brake on, it goes, hey, handbrake is still applied. And I'm just like, okay. Am I talking too much? You just like to watch me drive. Well, anyways, I should probably discontinue this video for now, at least. Mostly because I'm in between routes. I'm kind of like, there's this big ass long stretch. You probably can't see it too well. My camera is not the best, which I really wish I could invest in a decent camera. That'd be really freaking awesome. But anyways, this is EJ, aka Iridium 117, signing off, and I will chat you later.